Previously on Big Brother 6, the house was split in two. The Friendship versus the Sovereign Five. But when James was caught playing both sides, the house united against him and Sarah.
He's a dirty player.
You gotta get him out of the way.
Head of household Howie used his nominations on his former allies.
I nominated Sarah and James.
But at the veto competition, James didn't go down easily.
This week's power of veto goes to James.
Knowing the veto would be used, April and Yvette argued over who should be the pawn.
It would even be safer if you went up.
But you know what? It's starting to piss me off because I don't care to go up there.
And Yvette's relationship with James made her a target.
Yvette should go off. I think she's working with him.
At the veto meeting, things went according to plan.
I'm using this to save myself.
I nominate Yvette.
Who will be evicted, Sarah or Yvette? Who will America send back into the Big Brother house, Michael, Eric, or Kaser? And who will become the new head of household? Find out live tonight on Big Brother 6.
Good evening, I'm Julie Chen. Welcome to Big Brother 6. It's day 40 and the Big Brother house is on pins and needles, anxiously awaiting the return of a former house guest. For the past week, you, the viewers, have been voting to send an evicted house guest back to the game. It's America's choice, and tonight we'll reveal who you voted back into the Big Brother house. Will it be Michael, Eric, or Kaser? For the first time since being evicted, these three house guests will reunite face-to-face, and one of them will return to the house live. But first, it is also eviction night. Let's take a live look inside the Big Brother house. Howie, from Chicago, won head of household, and with the entire house behind him, he nominated two house guests for eviction, James from Atlanta and James's partner and girlfriend, Sarah, from Chicago. But in a stunning turn of events, James won the golden power veto for the third time, a Big Brother record, and took himself off the chopping block. In his place, Howie nominated Yvette from Miami Beach. Howie chose Yvette only after she volunteered to go on the block as a pawn, thinking she was safe. But now she's discovering that safety is never a sure thing in the Big Brother house.
I'm using this to save myself. Howie, I think you probably had to prepare for this, so you gotta nominate someone else.
I gotta put someone else up that is, a threat to me in this game. I nominate Yvette.
I assumed that James was gonna take himself off the block and leave Sarah up there. As head of household, my job was to nominate someone else, and Yvette was gonna go up there and be the pawn, so to speak, and we'll see. My power is done as head of household, but now we got some voters to decide, what is best for this house. It's not in stone yet.
So what's with saying that I'm a threat rather than saying we need someone up there?
This speech was what got me off.
I have a funny feeling about this.
It's been promised to me that the votes are going to be for me to stay. However, nothing would shock me.
This could all be a plan to get me out.
I don't understand his speech.
It doesn't make a difference with him, Janelle, and Rachel too. Do you understand? It's what Jennifer and April do.
The votes are supposed to go 6 for me to stay, 1 for Sarah to stay, and that be coming from James. If I can't count on Rachel and Janelle, then at least the votes should be 4-3. 4 for me to stay. But I I don't know. April and Jennifer could be a loose cannon right now. But I don't know. April and Jennifer could be a loose cannon right now.
What's going on?
What are y'all doing?
Nothing, just relaxing.
Trust her or Jennifer.
Hi.
Here comes April.
Hey.
Hey.
I filled on Rachel about watching over James and Yvette.
What do you think?
I'm more interested to hear what you think.
But Howie's the one who was like, do you think she's with James? And we're all like, she admitted that she doesn't tell us everything he says.
That James says.
They might have something, I don't know.
Sarah isn't a threat to us. I'm sorry. What could she do?
I had never thought about that.
We made a promise to everyone in the house that we would all vote Sarah off. But at the same time, Howie put a big question mark in my head about Yvette. I mean, Yvette runs to James about everything. And I'm like, if you don't trust them, why the hell are you telling them everything? I'm just really pissed off at Yvette right now.
We know where James and Sarah stand, and it's easier to keep track of them. With Yvette in the house, going back and forth, mixing information, cross-talk, and creating deception, it's gonna destroy the whole house, and James is gonna have his way with the house. I don't consider Yvette a direct threat to me, but maybe Yvette is the evil in this house, or, joining James, and that worries me. What are your guys' thoughts? I personally think that she's gotta go.
I don't know, but she has not said one word to me since yesterday.
So as of right now, Jennifer, you, and people in this room, the only people that know about this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Where's Jennifer? I'm gonna go talk to Jennifer.
She's working out with Maggie. I mean, I'm assuming Jennifer's not telling Maggie.
You know what? Howie says, Sarah, we know where she's coming from. She doesn't think for herself. Who's a bigger threat? James and Sarah together? James and Yvette? Two strong minds.
Oh my God.
Apparently Janelle, Howie, and Rachel are trying to encourage Jen and April to pick off one of our own 5. They, unfortunately, have gotten dangerously close to making this group not vote the same.
Tell me that you're worried. Oh, yeah. How would you feel if you volunteered yourself for the sake of the group so that nobody has to go through that? And at the end of it all, nobody comes and tells you, thanks for taking one for the team. Don't worry, Yvette. And you know where April went right after the whole thing happened?
No.
With Rachel, Howie, and Janelle. How would you feel?
Decided as a group of 5 that it doesn't matter who goes up.
I believe that you're saying.
April and Jennifer could be playing dirty. And it would make sense if they decided that it's easy to get rid of me now. Next week, they can work on getting rid of James and Sarah again, and it buys them 2 extra weeks. You can't think always so positive.
There were 8 people who gave their word to keep whoever went up against Sarah. The fact that people are even thinking about wavering on that means to me there are people that don't care about their word in this game.
Am I missing the boat here on something really big?
You talk, I'm not gonna talk.
I'm still thinking. Am I hearing from you guys that you're thinking about where your vote's gonna go? Well, your silence tells me something.
Let's head to the living room and talk with the house guest. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Julie.
Maggie, there's a chance that your partner, Eric, will be returning to the Big Brother house tonight.
Yeah.
What would it be like to have him back?
Oh, I don't know what to say. It'd be the most awesome thing ever. I would love that. Of course, that's what I'm expecting.
We'll see. Rachel, everyone has seen you campaigning for Kaser to come back, if either Michael or Kaser walk through the door tonight, how would that change things in the house?
Oh, gosh. Anything could happen, Julie. It would be very interesting. I'd love to see Kaser or Michael or Eric. They're all great.
Thank you, Rachel. James?
Yes?
You won the power veto 3 times. But by saving yourself from eviction, your girlfriend Sarah may be going home tonight. How hard of a decision was it for you to use the veto on yourself?
It's something that we talked about, obviously, from the moment we got nominated. And the way things were going in the house, I feel like it'd be better for me to stay an extra week than for her to stay an extra week, just because, I don't know, I think I kind of scare a few people with me being around here. So stay an extra week, let them lose some sleep, you know, and she can go back and see her family.
Thank you, James. Bo.
Yes.
Your team lost the sweet eating food competition called Conveyor Belt.
Don't remind me.
And as a result, you're on a diet of PB&J.
Again, yes.
What would you rather do, spend a week on PB&J or a week of eating nothing but dessert?
I'd rather eat a whole week of dessert because at least peanut butter and jelly, you know, you can at least, like, what? Like, make... I don't know.
You're going with the dessert, though.
I'd rather have dessert because there's more sweets. I'm a sweet person. I like sweets.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bo. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you all in a little while.
Okay.
Coming up, which evicted house guest does America want to send back into the Big Brother house? We'll talk with Michael, Eric, and Kaser and find out who will be walking through the front door live. But first, it is eviction night. Nominees Sarah and Yvette cannot vote. Neither can Howie, the current HOH. All votes are cast in private in the diary room. Let's check in with Bo, April, and Janelle as they prepare to vote.
I don't really want to keep Yvette in the house. She's been probably my worst enemy, and she talks a lot of crap about me.
Yvette gets riled up really, really easily, and I just want it to be calm in here and be relaxing.
I want to keep Yvette, obviously, because she's my partner. I love her to death.
Sarah is part of James. So if I can't cut off the head of the snake, which would be James, then you have to cut off the tail of the snake, which is Sarah.
Sarah doesn't pose a threat at all to me, other than the fact that she's working with James and they're a couple, and I don't really trust James.
Sarah is the epitome of annoying. She's very just naive in the sense that she's very, very young, and she's just annoying. I vote to evict Sarah.
Welcome back to Big Brother 6. It's time to talk with the current head of household, Howie, who is alone in the HOH bedroom.
Thanks.
Hi, Howie.
Hi, Julie.
Now remember, your fellow housemates cannot hear this conversation, so please say what's on your mind. Now, Howie, it was a tough week for you. You put James and Sarah on the block only to have James win the veto and remove himself. Do you regret nominating him for eviction?
Well, I told James, you know, we were going to fight it out in this house together, and when he turned on me...
Do you regret nominating him for eviction?
Well, I told James, you know, we were going to fight it out in this house together, and when he turned on me, I mean, I felt bad doing it to him, but, I mean, he came at me first, just, you know, indirectly, and I told him when I put him up, I said, this is going to come back to bite me, and so far, half of it's coming true. We'll see later tonight, you know, if it was a bad move.
Well, James has insisted that he wasn't going to put you and Rachel on the chopping block. Do you believe him?
No, not at all. I don't believe him at all. And America is hopefully, I'm looking at the outside. For a man like America knows what's going on. I believe that James maybe wasn't coming at me right away, but it was going to be quicker than sooner, and I wanted to take a shot at him before he got me, and hopefully we'll see what turns out, Julie.
Now, Howie, which house guest would you like to see come back tonight, and why?
Well, I mean, Kaser was, you know, he was the brains around here. I mean, I'm having headaches lately trying to think for myself, and if he can come back and do it for me, that'd be great. And then, you know, Michael he caused a lot of problems around here, and not, you know, really nothing in my harm's way. So if he can come back and stir this place up again and be an ally with me and Rachel and Janie and everybody else, it'd be great. And same time, Eric coming back, you know, my harm's way. So if he can come back and stir this place up again and be an ally with me and Rachel and Janie and everybody else, it'd be great. And same time, Eric coming back, you know, him and James didn't leave on the best of terms. If he can come back and kind of protect me from James, so to speak, you know, bring Cappy back.
And finally, what surprised you most about being head of household?
Well, I thought, my most, being a potential, getting put up throughout the season would be stressful. But I'm like, you win HOH, you come here, and it's great. You got your own bathroom and everything. But I mean, the first couple nights I got in this room, the most stressful since I've been here, and they got worse each night, and we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you, Howie, and you can head back downstairs to the living room.
Thanks, Julie.
Sure. In just a few moments, Sarah or Yvette will be evicted. For now, let's return to the diary room and hear from James, Rachel, Jennifer, and Maggie.
There's a lot of gray right now. Strategically, people see Yvette as a bigger threat in the game than they do Sarah.
Yvette and I haven't always gotten along since day one. She's trouble. She's a loose cannon. She's a wild card. So that would be a good reason for me to let her go.
If Eric comes back, Yvette's gonna just cling to him like saran wrap. Yvette and Eric and Maggie will probably be a pretty strong team.
People are definitely doing this to Sarah in order to keep me from having any sort of friend here.
I know that getting rid of Sarah will weaken James as a player, and that's ultimately what I'm going for.
I have a lot of good reasons why I should get rid of Sarah and why I should get rid of Yvette. Even at this very moment, I still don't know who I'm voting for.
I vote to evict Yvette.
Who will be evicted tonight? Sarah, the retail manager from Chicago, or Yvette, the waitress from Miami Beach? An eviction for Sarah or Yvette would mean that their hopes of winning Big Brother 6 are over. But for Sarah, there's more at stake. By leaving the house, she would be leaving her boyfriend James behind. Let's go back to the living room and talk with the two nominees. Sarah, Yvette, you now have a chance to say some final words to your fellow housemates. Sarah, what would you like to say?
I just want to, I'll start off by just thanking everybody who made me a part of this. And we all know that this is a game, and I completely understand why I'm here right now. So no hard feelings towards anyone in this house. You all are friends. You know, some I didn't think were going to be friends and probably will be long-lasting friends. And of course, I got to know James even more than I knew him before we came in this house, and I'm sure we'll be together for a very, very long time. So I'll see you soon. I love you.
Thank you, Sarah. Yvette?
First and foremost, I can't say thank you to everybody without saying thank you first to my beautiful girlfriend and wonderful family for being my strength, motivation, and heart in this game. To all the beautiful friendships I've made here. Some we've become friends, and some we will be lifelong friends. And I can't leave this house without saying thank you to both, because without you, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. And you're an amazing person and an amazing player. All of you, strength in this game. Remember, actions speak louder than words. So.
Thank you, Yvette. House guests, the moment has arrived. Just a reminder, when I reveal the vote, the evicted house guest will have 1 minute to say goodbye, gather their belongings, and walk out the front door. By a vote of 6-1, Sarah, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Have fun outside.
Bye, Sarah. Yes, of course I want everybody to hug.
Yeah, we're all
I do love you guys.
Love you, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. We'll see ya.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. Bye, Sarah.
Love you, Sarah.
Have a wonderful summer.
Be strong, honey.
Bye, Sarah.
Better have tissue for me.
Oh, I got it right behind the couch. Put your bag down and come on up. Hi. Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a seat.
All right, can I get your bags? Just kidding.
Let's not play with fire again.
Yeah.
Baby Janelle? I know it's fun too when you see something.
Nah.
Sarah, when Howie won HOH, you thought you were safe from eviction for at least another week. So how surprised are you to be sitting here tonight?
I'm pretty surprised. After this past week, I knew I'd be here, but I was very surprised with the nominations. I was tricked, so you know it happens and it's a game, and I understand what happened. So, you know, it's a game.
Now tonight, either Michael, Eric, or Kaser will be walking back into that house. Out of those three, who would you like to see get back in this game?
I really thought I wanted to see Kaser back in the game. I really thought that he deserved it. But finding out some things this past week, I really think that he might be a strong enemy for James. So at this point,
you don't want any of them.
I don't want any of them in the house. But, you know, we got rid of them all before, and James will just have to do it again.
Well, Sarah, in the event that you were evicted tonight, your boyfriend James taped a goodbye message to you. Let's listen.
Sarah, I am so proud of the way you played this game. You're an amazing woman, and I'm very, very lucky to be with you. So thank you for your time here, and you know, I know that we're going to be together when I get out, so I have that to look forward to. And I love you. And I love you.
Here, let's grab some more of these for you.
Ew. Okay.
Where do you see this relationship going when this game is over?
Oh gosh, I don't doubt that I will be with him forever. I love him a lot, and I've had a hard past, and he has just been my hero. You know, I tell everybody all the time he's my hero, and he's just such a great person, and I love him so much. I really, truly do.
Did being in the house with him during this game change your relationship at all?
It definitely changed our relationship. I got to know him a lot better than I think I would have, you know, not being through this experience. And I don't regret a second of it. And we've experienced something together that probably no other couple really has. So it definitely has strengthened it. And I know, you know, 50 years from now, we'll be sitting on the couch laughing about it. So I'm thrilled, and I just love him to death, and I can't wait to see him when he gets out.
Well, now that you're out of the house, how do you think he's going to do in the game without you?
I think he's a strong person. I'm so proud of just everything that he's done. I think that he's going to do really well. I really hope that, you know, he wins this next HOH contest. It's going to be hysterical watching him stir up the house. He's looking forward to it so much. So I know he can be a mean guy if he has to. So you might not like what you see this next week, but we'll see.
We'll stay tuned. Sarah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I'll have more with Sarah tomorrow morning on The Early Show on CBS. Plus, more secret scenes from Big Brother 6. That's every Friday morning on The Early Show. And if you have a question for Sarah, you can talk with her live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on House Calls, the Big Brother talk show at CBS.com. Next, it's America's Choice. You voted, and now either Michael, Eric, or Kaser will be moving back into the house. The three evictees come face to face for the first time when we return. It's a summer of secrets on Big Brother 6. Each week, the house guests have voted to evict one person, but these former house guests have not gone home. Since leaving the house, Michael, Eric, and Kaser have been sequestered in separate locations. Ashleah, the first house guest to be evicted, left sequester and is no longer eligible to play the game. The three remaining evictees have had no contact with the outside world and no idea what has been going on within the Big Brother game. That means they are unaware who was evicted after they left the house. In just a few minutes, Michael, Eric, and Kaser will reunite for the first time since their eviction and will reveal who America has chosen to send back into the house. But first, as the house guests await America's choice, they realize whoever returns could have a huge impact on the game.
America gets to pick.
Oh my God, someone's gonna walk.
Someone will walk out and then someone will come in.
America's choice is kind of scary to us. We'd love to see somebody back that we're friends with, but we're trying to get people out of the house. We don't want them to come back in.
Hopefully, Cappy's won America. Hopefully, it's my Cappy who's coming back into the house. Please bring back my Cappy, please.
I would be ecstatic if Eric came back through those doors, but I may have to run over Yvette to get to him first.
Bo thinks that Eric's gonna be coming back because he stole America's heart.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Eric stole America's heart. Didn't America see him storming through the house and throwing tantrums like a small child?
You got a problem? Yeah, I got a problem. What you gonna do about it, midget? What you gonna do about it? You don't pose a threat to me.
You're going home.
If Eric comes back, we're so scared.
America doesn't want to see Eric back in this house.
You sure, Rachel?
No, I'm not sure until someone walks through that door.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about it. There's a very good chance that we're gonna have Kaser or Michael back.
Me thinking of my own around here gives me a great headache. I'd like for Kaser to come back in here and think for me again.
So here's the deal. We're gonna steamroll through this house. The final 6 is gonna be you and Rachel, me and Janelle, and James and Sarah.
Michael, he got a raw deal. That's why people bring him back.
Now, all the girls in the house think I'm a pervert. Isn't that right? Yeah?
Michael's got the love story with you and him, and then he destroyed the house.
That's why America's gonna bring him back.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope it's Michael. I want him to come back so bad. I've been kind of miserable without him.
I'm back. Should have Michael or Kaser.
Michael! Even though I think Kaser's a better game player, I don't care. I still want to see Michael. I just want to spend time with him.
You love Michael. Yeah. You do, Janie.
Oh gosh. Michael, Michael, Michael.
Who do you want to come back?
Eric, for sure. Eric or Kaser.
With Kaser coming back, I know Kaser would go after Maggie, Yvette, Bo before coming after Jennifer and I. If Eric comes in the house, Eric and Yvette are very, very close. So that means automatically Eric, Yvette, Maggie, Bo are all gonna take each other as far as possible in this game.
Who do you want?
Probably Cappy.
We have more people than they do fighting for HOH next week.
Right now, we don't know who's coming back into this house.
Right.
We really don't know. If one of those people comes back, 2 of ours go up, and they've got the higher number.
Coming into the house, Kaser will automatically go with Janelle, Howie, Rachel, and they will become a foursome that is gonna be very, very difficult to penetrate. Michael, same thing. Eric would just make this place a furnace. America's Choice will make a huge impact on what goes on in this game.
It's now time to say hello again to our 3 former house guests. First up is Michael, who was evicted week 2 after a blow-up with Eric, the HOH at the time. Hi, Michael. Throw your bag down. Hello again.
How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Right there. So, Michael, you've been out of the house for several weeks now. You've had time to reflect on the game. If you go back, what, if anything, will you do differently?
Obviously, I haven't known what's been happening in the house, so I'll have to do some homework, first of all, to kind of catch up.
Now, if you get back in the house tonight, who's the first person you want to see?
Kaser and Janelle. Tied.
I gotta pick one, but you said Kaser first.
He's an old friend. I have to go for him first.
And your partner.
And my partner.
Well, I'm sure you're curious to know who was evicted after you.
Yes.
Well, let's bring out the next person who was evicted from the Big Brother house after Michael. Please come on out.
Hey. Hey, Michael. How are you? Good. How you doing, pal?
Hugs. Hey, Eric.
Hi, Julie.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good, how
Please
are
have
you?
a seat. Now, Eric, this is the first time you're seeing Michael since he was
Correct.
evicted from the house.
Yep.
Do you have anything to say to him?
No, you know, before I left, I think we had basically made amends with each other and had settled things out. And he knew how I felt and knew that I had apologized for my end of the deal. And it's all good from there, so.
And Michael, what would you like to say to Eric?
Just hanging out in Vegas, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody hangs out in Vegas.
All right, good.
Now, Eric, if you're the one who gets to go back in the house tonight, what can we expect from you?
You'll probably see the same exact Eric you saw before I left the house. I'm not going to change. You know, I'm just a man of passion and intensity and excitement, and that's the way I've always been, and come to accept it, and have embraced it, and have done the best I could with it. And that's the person I am, and that person, in my eyes, is never going to change. So.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I'm sure you both are wondering who was evicted from the house after the two of you. So will the last eligible person who can go back in the house please come on down?
Oh, wow.
Hi, Kaser.
Hi. How's it going, guys?
It's okay. We're going, pal.
Hi, Kaser. Good to see you. Please have a seat.
Wow. It's like the Three Stooges.
The Three Stooges, says Eric. Well, Michael, how surprised are you to see your friend and partner Kaser sitting here tonight?
I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised to see both these guys. But I mean, I'm happy to see you, but not in this context.
Well, Kaser, if you're the one who gets to go back in the house, what can we expect from you?
Definitely more surprises on my behalf. I'm definitely going to try to stir things up once again. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Thank you, Kaser, and good luck to all three of you. One of you will be going back into the house tonight. But for now, let's head back inside and talk with the house guests. Hello again, everyone. Hi. Now, house guests, seated right next to me, are three people I'm sure you all remember. Michael, Eric, and Kaser. Guys, say hello.
Hey, guys.
Now, one of these three will be moving back inside the Big Brother house.
Oh my God.
Over the past week, America voted, and the response was overwhelming. More than 5 million votes were cast.
God.
House guests, please listen carefully. I will now reveal the names of the two people with the highest number of votes. One of these two will be going back into the house. When I say your name, please grab your bag and walk to the front of the Big Brother house. The first person is Eric.
Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome.
I think.
Kaser, Michael, one of you will be joining Eric, one of you will be going home. Joining Eric on the front steps with a chance of going back into the Big Brother house is Kaser.
One of the two.
I'm not gonna know. Bye, Michael.
Well, Michael, we will see you back here on finale night on September 20th.
Yes.
In the meantime, thank you for playing
Thank
a great
you very
game.
much. Thank you.
When we return, which of these two house guests will be going back inside the Big Brother house? America's choice is revealed next. Welcome back. In just a few moments, either Eric or Kaser will be heading back inside the Big Brother house. Both men were evicted, but America is giving one of them the opportunity to compete again in the Big Brother game. Eric, Kaser, one of you is getting a fresh start in the game, but for the other player, the game is definitely over. Let's check in with the house guests. House guests, are you ready?
Yes.
When you hear the doorbell, the winner of America's Choice will be walking through the front door. From this point on, the house guests cannot hear me and will have no idea who is returning until that person re-enters the Big Brother house. The person America has chosen to move back inside the Big Brother house is Kaser.
Come on.
Thanks, America!
How fun!
Looking good, bro. Looking good, bro. Looking good.
I missed you guys.
Looking good, bro.
Congratulations. He's like, I think I had a week and I'm back.
His hair's so long. Did you bring the hookah?
Where have you been?
You look so distinguished on your little tape that they showed America.
Welcome back, Kaser.
Thank you.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
I've been stopping them off.
Kaser is back in the game after receiving an overwhelming 82% of the vote. The fate of the house now rests on tonight's head of household competition. Who will be the new HOH? Stay with us.
You've got people again.
You look so good.
I know, you look different. You look totally different. Your hair is different.
It's just getting long.
Video, you look
With Kaser returning to the house, tonight's head of household competition is more important than ever. Free from the threat of eviction, the HOH has the responsibility of putting two housemates on the chopping block. Who has what it takes to be the new HOH? Right now, let's head back inside. Kaser.
Yes.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
All right, I would now like everyone to go outside to the backyard.
God, I haven't seen sunlight.
You and I got a lot to talk about.
Ball. Here.
House guests, the power is up for grabs. Tonight's competition is called Pressure Cooker. Will each of you please take a place inside the pressure cooker? The door is around the back. Howie, as outgoing head of household, you are not eligible to compete.
Thanks, Julie.
Oh, whoa.
One purple, one purple.
Okay, everyone inside?
Yeah.
Howie, go ahead and close the door. Looks like it's closed on its own. Thank you for checking it.
What about Kaser?
Listen closely. Here's how the game works. You will notice there are 9 buttons located on the inside wall. I need each of you to choose and hold down a button. When I say go,
Wait, I need to get to a button.
You got one?
Sticky. Yeah, they're sticky.
Mine's all wet.
okay, everyone has found a button. Now, when I say go, the game will start and the box will immediately lock shut. Whatever you do, don't let go of your button.
What? What box?
Don't let go of your button.
Don't let go of your button, whatever you do. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Does everyone have their finger on their button and is everyone holding down their button?
Yes. But why is mine green?
Mine's red.
Mine's not on.
Yours is green.
It is?
Yep.
Everyone is good to go. Are you ready, house guests?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then, go. The game has just begun. Whoever can hold down their button the longest will be the new head of household. Here are the rules. In this pressure cooker, it takes 3 people to let off steam. In order to unlock the door on the box, 3 people must let go of their buttons, allowing them to leave. After those 3 people exit the box, the door will not open again until 3 more people release their buttons. As long as you are still in the game and pressing your button, there is no eating, drinking, or bathroom breaks. House guests, I'll be back to talk with you a little later. Who can hold on long enough to be HOH? And there is more to this game than the house guests know. I'll reveal another surprise when we return. Which house guest will be the new HOH? Find out Saturday at 8 when we reveal the winner and see who the head of household nominates for eviction. And Tuesday at 9, will the golden power veto save one of these 2 nominees? Then I'll be back here 1 week from tonight at 8 for the next live eviction. For more reaction to Kaser's return and to see how the head of household competition plays out, log on to CBS.com and subscribe to the live 24-hour internet feed. For now, let's return to the backyard and see how the house guests are doing in the pressure cooker. House guests, what would the Summer of Secrets be without a... You can see within the pressure cooker are 8 boxes. If you let go of your button, you must open one of these boxes. Each box has a surprise inside. Some surprises are good, and some are not so good. To get things started, I will open the first box.
Oh, God.
Hope this doesn't...
Flies all over our house.
Way to go, Jamie.
They couldn't even harm a fly.
Yeah.
They love me.
They are a little aggressive, right?
They're hungry. Don't flies give you West Nile?
Flies with leaves or mosquitoes.
Don't flies give West Nile virus?
I think those mosquitoes.
We gotta bring our friends.
Remember, house guests, the last person with their finger on the button will be the new head of household. Good luck, house guests. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen. Good night.
Are those flies? Those are flies?
Yes.